Hi, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. If you have stayed with us on the channel, thank you very much. We are all set and ready to go for the Canadian Grand Prix. Need to get the stream up. So just a previous video. It's a previous video. Yay. You're live now.
Alright, quickly, what do you think the weather's going to be like?
Yes, I need to say that off straight away. So the reason why we cannot set it to intermediate on a custom grid on race only is because you can't put it to intermediate. It's either dry or wet. Answer, I think it's going to be tipping it down.
Ooh. So do you think it's going to be harder or roughly the same?
Harder. Monsoon.
Ooh. Canada's going to have some issues.
No. The complete... no, that's what Codemasters has done. It shoved a middle finger in my face. So, nah, you're not going to get monsoon. You're going to get bright sunshine.
I'm walking on sunshine.
That's awkward. That's awkward, that is.
Right, I'm going to quickly upload.
Oh, you've readied up again!
Oh, Jesus.
It's so simple. It's so simple. And this, well... I say no more.
He should be court-martialed.
It's so simple, and this is going to be even worse because people set up.
Yeah.
So, right, let's gloss over that, and let's start with this race. So let's go through the grid once again. We have Tigosaurus on pole position with Timonique in second, McCracken in third, Alco Saints in fourth in the Red Bull. Then we got Helking Tomo fifth, starting the hard tyres interestingly. Timmer in sixth, Kibitzi, or Mr. T as we're calling him, in seventh, BVB4 in eighth, Acer in ninth, Blazer Guns 10th, Primus 11th, Rebster in 12th, Jedi David 13th, Acer Facer 14th, and Danny Kelsey 15th, Tommy Eco Maniac 16th, Orphan 17th, Overslide 19th, and the new boy who's readied up twice already, MC Tricks. We are missing Jay Locker because he decided not to rejoin us after take 2. And I have now found the stream, which we are live. Yay.
Unfortunate thing, I've just looked back through the tyres from the Q2 session, and there are a couple in the top 10 who are on the wrong set of tyres.
I know, and I think they'll deal with that at the end.
Yeah.
We just got to go with what we've got.
Yeah.
Timmett has not moved. I think he got hit on the formation lap, so he will start.
Yeah.
So, completely different conditions from what we started before, but we explained that we cannot put it on intermediate. It's now dry, so people's mindset will now change. So, Tomo on the hard tyres. Well, Tomo's aim, and I think Alco's aim on the mediums, is to try and stick with the leaders, isn't it?
Yeah. Which will be difficult because he will get the dirty air, which isn't such a bad thing on this track because there are quite a few straights, but also because he is on the hards. But by the time it gets to lap 10ish, I think he'll be good.
Primus on the hards as well, but he'll be on a fresh set. Well, they're all on a fresh set of tyres, so scratch that. But here we go. Let's go through 5 red lights. We skip 1, 2, and 3. We're into 4 and 5. Let's go. And Tigosaurus gets a very good start. McCracken's up the inside of Timonique. Timonique's going to try and hold into second, and he just about does. Alco Saints in the Red Bull is trying to sneak up on the inside as well. Side by side between 4. McCracken's on the grass. A little edge of grass there, turn 2, but Alco Saints is through. So McCracken's struggling start through, but Tigosaurus is gapped already a little bit.
Oh!
As Timmer is out. Oh, massive crash in the back. Oh, massive crash in the back. Blazer Guns is being called out. Timmer is out. Oh, that's That's gone messy. That's gone very, very messy indeed. Timmer is out. His point scoring record is gone. Just like, oh my goodness me! Rebster were flying up in the air. Oh, he hit the wall that was sticking out before 7 and 8. He went flying. What a...
And that's
an off.
ended his race.
Jeez. His car nearly hit the bridge. Laser Gun's got no front wing.
And he's just spun around the whole thing.
McCracken's been in the Wall of Champions. He's already got front wing end plate. He's got damage.
So
Bitsy or Mr. T is at the inside of turn 1. It's frantic stuff. But, wow. I was going to say, before we started, because we've had 2 turns of this race, was people's mindset going to be in the right place? Well, maybe it was, but Mr. T up on the inside of McCracken. McCracken got that damage again, so he's struggling. So Mr. T has had a great start. It's up to 4th already.
There's a load of them in the pits.
Yeah, Tom, Ford, Blazer, Kelsey in the pits, Rebster and Timmer already out. As McCracken is just falling down like an absolute stone with that damage. Tomo on the hard tyres has already passed him. McCracken's still trying to fight back though. Did you see that from Rebster, by the way?
I did not.
Watch it back in the street. Hit his car, the nose of his car nearly hit the bridge.
Ace Iron.
So high.
A dive there. Sorry to interrupt.
David's in the pits already with front wing damage, I think. DRS is now enabled.
Oh, strategy.
Yeah, so Mr. T, or Tabitsi, is already up 4 places from his start. He's absolutely on it. Remember, he had the pace in Q2, members, but didn't get the good qualifying position he really wanted in Q3, so he's putting that behind him now, chasing after Alco. Primus has had a good solid start. It's now in the top 10, same tyres as Tomo's on the hards. See how he goes. MC Tricks, despite redding up twice, he's had a good start himself. He's up to 10th. Although there was quite a bit going on in the opening lap to maybe contribute from where he is now.
Mr. T's on the back of Alpha Saints. And Alpha Saints is trying to run the outside of Timonique.
Oh.
Gets the job done very nicely.
They've had to ease off a lot, as otherwise that was going to be a good accident, but they avoided it, which is good. But Mr. T's up the inside of Timonique. Timonique drops to 4th.
He's struggling quite a bit.
Shrimper in the chat. It was a dry qualifying, but take 1 of this race was an intermediate start, but there was so much lag they had to restart it. So now bright sunny conditions, so make it even more better. Timonique's got past him, Mr. T.
I think that was lag.
Again, don't want lag.
Yeah,
We hate lag.
yes.
It's a 3-letter word we don't like.
Well, I mean, lag is good if you're trying to get to first place, who's 20 seconds ahead, and then they end up being a lap behind.
Oh. There you go. Gigasaurus has absolutely gapped these 3, as Mr. T and Timonique are going side, but there's a freeway battle behind as well. Tomo is got McCracken holding back. McCracken, still with that damage, is trying to make his way through. Up on the inside, MC Tricks is out. Where's he done that?
I think, yeah, it's his second chicane, I think.
Yeah, 7 and 8.
Yeah. Oh, he's not the first one.
Mr. T back in front again of Timonique. That battle keeps on going.
Oh,
as McCracken has got
spun down at turn 2.
Oh, into the pit lane exit, and rejoins just in front of his teammate Acer Facer, who's having a rough time tonight so far. He's going to let him through. Tough to say, but Acer's through anyway.
Overside and Tom the Comania have both pit. Overside is going to go onto the medium tyres. Tom onto the soft. I don't know what he's trying to do there.
Mr. T's going to have the DRS on the back of Alco for second. As Overside has left the session, that might maybe joining back in. There's Mr. T is going to get the run out the final chicane if he can. Bit of a slide though, so bit of a slide. But look at the gaining speed he's going to have on Alco. Alco defends. Maybe no. Mr. T up on the inside. A little bit of room. No, he's spun it round. And he's led back. Actually, I know what he's done. He's reset the car.
Yeah.
He reset the car with that.
That would probably because the pit lanes.
Yeah, you can sort of go onto the menu and sort of reset the car, but that moves Timony back into third.
I think he's got some. No, he's not got any front wing damage from that, so he hasn't lost out too much.
He's used up a lot of VRS though. He's already under 20%, so he's been going aggressive so far. Maybe too aggressive. Oh. Yeah, and he's gone. Oh, that's a shame. That's such a shame for Miss Davitsi, or Mr. T as we're calling him. At the pace, I think. Maybe just first time now. Safety car. Although I don't see it. I see the boards.
Yeah, and that'll mean...
Was it virtual? I can't tell, because it hasn't come up on my screen.
That's an interesting one. Oh no, it's a safety car. But I think... No, they've all taken the safety car, so... I'm gonna go for another one.
Was it a virtual save? I can't tell because it hasn't come up.
The safety car's sitting just after the second corner.
It is?
Yeah, it's kind of just where they're like waiting to get T-boned. Oh, if you ride on board at ASR, yep, it's just sitting there.
I'll always wait for the
leader.
Pick up the leader first. But again, this is weird because it didn't come up my screen.
Yeah, which means that. Well, if it had picked up the leader, then Tigosaurus wouldn't have made it around for another lap. But this means that they're going to have an opportunity now to get a free pit stop.
Yeah, this is throwing. Again, this is throwing me because normally the game helps me out, but it's not. So what's Alco going to do in this? Because Tigosaurus is pitting.
Yeah, he's.
Alco stays out. So I think, yeah, everybody on softs is going to pit.
Yeah.
And it's Kraken, Timonique, is Tomo. No, he's not. Primus does, though. Getting the hard tires out the way.
Ooh, spiral. Ooh.
Ah. Speeding in the pit lane, that's what cost Alco last time out. Oh, by the way, this is now the 4th safety car in Tier 4 in 3 races. They do tend to bring it out. Overside disqualified for ignoring yellow flag. Okay.
Oh, he's been speeding.
Did he get back in?
Overside? No, I think he left for good. I'm not sure on that.
Right, so who's stopped? So Alco and Tomo have not stopped, but they're on mediums and hard respectively, so that makes sense. Tigosaurus has pitted. Primus could be in the net 3rd here, I think.
Yeah.
Because it interests me how the top 2 haven't pitted. It kind of makes sense, but then, as you say, free pit stop, you would take it, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Unless you would try to stick to your strategy as much as you could.
Let's say I'm a race director. Because Overside on my screen is still going round.
Yes, he is as well on mine. Alright.
And there's okay. Me pausing the game has now come up. Safety car. So if you pause the game, then it will come up.
Yeah, I've already got it on the screen.
Weird how that works.
There's F1 to
Right. So Orphan hasn't stopped either, but that makes sense. He was trying to get track position as well. So good thing for those outside the top 10. All the shenanigans that happened on the first lap shows, they should be. Yes, they should. They're still quite a bit behind, but they should be able to catch the train back up, and their race gets reset effectively.
Yeah.
He'd catch the grid though first, and safety car's already been out 2 laps.
The thing is though, because if oversight is on AI and we don't know, does that?
It'd be slightly ghosted if he wasn't there. But it's a solid car on mine.
Yeah, solid car on mine as well. But ghosting isn't
safety
on.
car's in. Safety cars in this lap. Kelsey and Blazer are fine. BVB4 and Tom are still way behind the gap, and I think Tom is actually right up with Tom. Yeah, Overside's not back in, and Tom has got this very awkward situation that Overside is an AI car. But let's go for the restart. Alka saying he's got to get a good restart, and he has. He's got a very good restart with Tomo. It's gapped by nearly a second, but away we go. Lap 10 now, and the race gets underway. Any moves happening? I don't think so. Well, they're pretty spread out actually.
Tom's going to go for the move on Overside down into the last chicane.
Yeah, Overside's not there, so.
Yeah. He's fighting back though, the AI.
Yeah, it's got that red X on the screen if you're right on board. This is the thing for Chigisaurus, he's got to clear Tomo, who's the first of the guys yet to pit. Alco's trying to gap and trying to sort of get on with it. As Tomo may just slide through 7 and 8. It's going to put Chigisaurus under pressure. Timonique is watching. Timonique actually went on the hard tyres, so that could be interesting. As Chigisaurus is up on the inside. And he should be through, and he is. Primus is going to have a go at Timonique. Can he get the speed down into the final chicane? This will be a brave move, but he's going for it. Big lunge. Oh, Timonique had to get out of it. Oh, that was a bit of an interesting one from Primus. I think he left Timonique kind of 2 choices: either turn in, then we have an accident, or turn out and lose positions. Timonique went with the second option, got behind McCracken as well.
Yeah, watch back from Primus though. So he's now into 4th position. It's very close at the moment, but it's not close enough for anyone to make any moves. So we're gonna have to wait until DRS is enabled, which should be in the next lap or 2. And that's when we should see.
Yeah, Shrimper pointing out in the chat, Tigosaurus is in the very good driving seat at the moment because he's on the fresh tyres and he's the highest of those that is. Primus has still got to negotiate Tomo now, which he's going to. He's going to have the slipstream at least. And he did the same move he did on Timonique, as Tigosaurus is right up the back of Alco. He's going to go for a lunge in the last corner. Oh, they go side by side. That was awkward.
Tigosaurus
Primus has
yielded.
passed Tomo. Interesting situation for Malco. He's keeping that lead. He's trying to stick to this strategy here.
The RS is now enabled, so it's going to be a lot easier now for Tigosaurus.
You can see Tigosaurus being really frustrated from this Rebel driver. And in fact, I actually see what Alco's doing, because Primus, his teammate, is catching. Given an opportunity.
Team orders. Tigosaurus is now going to go for the move down into the second chicane. Primus.
Oh no, contact! Tigosaurus round. Oh, careful. It's got the gap.
Goes around the board.
Oh, that got messy. That got very messy. Again, that's something we're going to have to sort out at the end. Stewards and all that. But to me, that looked to be as McCracken's getting on with this. He's run Slipstream past Tomo. As the Red Bulls have done team orders. Primus is through.
And we're only on lap 13.
Yeah, for me, you could tell the frustration from Tigosaurus, but I think he was just lunging at every corner to try and get through.
Spiral's just overtaken King Tomo. His teammate SR is now behind, so he's going to be closing in as well. The McLarens have done pretty well so far. Spiral's made 10 positions. Which is
Maybe he had a very difficult qualifying session, didn't he? He crashed out in Q1.
Yeah.
McCracken's now all over the back of Alco Saints. Those that haven't pitted now are really struggling against these fresh tyres. Now Acer Face is now right up the back of McCracken. McCracken trying to go around the outside of Alco, who's lagging a little bit. Teleporting. Tomo to stay in front as Ace has just dived Tomo and got up into 5th place.
Oh, he's going to
got McCracken DOS behind. Oh, Alco! Well, that was a bit of a move there. See if he was going to squeeze him. Oh! Alco round. Careful. Whoa, jeez. Total 180 right in front of Timonique.
There's a lot of people getting spun around in this race, that's for sure. There's a lot of
But yeah, it was that little tap.
Yeah.
It's that little tap from the McLaren.
Now McCracken is going to be able to close in on Primus. Laser gun's 3-second time penalty.
Yeah, time penalty is going to be a thing as well. As Tigosaurus trying to recover, he's up in the back of Timonique. As Tomo is trying to retaliate on the inside of Acer, and he actually gets it. Acer gives him like a chasm of room on the inside, which holds up Timonique, and Tigosaurus goes through, and you're going to go do a double overtake. As Acer going back on the inside. Jesus Christ, these. Right.
They've got a lot of things going on.
Yeah, Tomo under pressure from Tigosaurus as Timonique is having to go on Acer. Timonique goes through, and no, Acer and Tomo pit.
Thank God.
It's a good thing they pitted actually. Yeah, that was could have been quite interesting.
Yeah. McCracken's all over the back of Primus now. He wants to get through. Primus has got under 3-second time penalty, which is going to help McCracken. I'm not too sure how many penalties he's got at the moment, but they're coming through turn, is it 6? I don't know. But they're onto the straight now with the DRS. McCracken's not going to be close enough on this occasion.
Just looking at the capital leaders here. I'm actually seeing someone who's in a pretty decent position, and that's Timonique, because he's on hard tyres, and he's only, how far is he behind? He is currently 8.5 seconds behind the leaders. He keeps that gap. He's in a really good position when these guys pit. Oh, where's McCracken?
He's got damage.
Oh no, didn't need that. As Alco's into the pits.
He seems to do pretty well with damage to McCracken, so it shouldn't be too big of a worry for him.
Not going to help though. Slightest bit of damage, especially around here, does affect your car a lot. Yeah, you can see even in that corner there's a slightest bit of understeer that you don't want. And again through there, that's normally like comfortably flat on the exit.
Yeah. Trick's gone.
Ah, Tomo's pitted twice in 2 laps. His race is unravelling.
Very good.
So Tigosaurus has recovered a little bit. He's back into 4th place. So despite that spin, he'll get a solid result, but he's now catching Acer Facer.
I think McCracken is waiting for Primus to make a mistake, because at the moment he's saving up his ERS quite a bit. So he's waiting for the time to pounce on him.
Naming, you say my name, why? Just said Michaels. Well, it's my old name, but it is my name technically. As Primus is coming up to the back of Overside's AI car. Awkward, but it should be okay.
There's a little scrap going on in the midfield. Dirty Kelsey, Tom and Alcosaints. Alcosaints is going to go try the inside, but isn't able to make it past Tom on this occasion. It's this little train of 3 here, and Overcome Orphan is only 5 seconds behind as well.
Tom hit the grass a little bit, so Alco's going to be all over him. Oh, I think he's got damage. Tips him into the wall. That's just an accident into an accident, I think.
Yeah.
Slight bit of wing damage, not what Alco needed. He needed to get on with it on those hard tyres. As Blazer is past Timonique. And them two on the same strategy here, so Blazer Guns now is the one in the good position, but Timonique's still up there. Well, Flaming, if you're still there, you said my name. Why have you said my name? Follow on from it. It's almost like he's asking me a question, or I'm in trouble. One of the two. Oh, as Tom has gone. Is that all the champions? Ask all the champions.
It's not
Was it in the pits? It's in the pits.
Yeah.
So that's all the new drivers. Debut race, all finishing in retirement. They'll be back though.
It's a hard business. Not business, but it's competitive.
Yeah. McCracken, as you say, has Primus got damage? That was really slow for the chicane.
But McCracken's got a good run on him here. As they move up into the first corner, McCracken gets the job done. Primus has no damage. So
I think he does.
It doesn't look like it.
I think there's a little bit missing on the right-hand wing if you can compare it to the other side. To this corner. Not sure.
It's kind of hard to tell. I think I can kind of see what you're meaning.
That seemed too easy. That's my thing. He was very slow for the chicane and then didn't see. Yeah, car doesn't feel as grippy as I guess it could.
A yellow flag. Oh! Jedi David spun round at the first chicane. Too many chicanes. I think.
Oh! In front of him! Falls at a almighty spin. Well, spin it back round. There you go. Oh, and he's got damage as well, so.
Yeah.
Oh, don't get in front of Tomo. No, he's just taking out Tomo. Wrong place at the wrong time, no. Tomo just arrived on the scene and couldn't slow down. Yeah, you see what I mean? On the right side of.
Right side.
Okay. You look on the right side of his end plate. There's a little bit at the top, but on the other side there isn't. It's small, but I think that is there.
Yeah. Okay, I think yeah. See what you're getting at now.
Maybe that's the way. I mean, even on board his car, he's got the same kind of very slight understeer that McCracken's having.
Yeah. Yeah, there's the little strip, yeah. Oh,
Very small.
Tichosaurus can spiral.
Tyrannosaurus. Yeah.
And Tichosaurus is going to have the DRS coming down the back straight.
Oh.
Very close,
Oh.
almost wheel to wheel.
Who's going to yield? Who's going to yield? No one is.
Chicane.
I think McCracken's got this. Not McCracken, Tyrannosaurus.
Oh.
Yeah, he's got it.
The spiral pick up damage there. McCracken picks. Yeah, spiral now has damage, I think. Unless he already had it, but he has got damage on his front wing. Right end plate.
He's got laser guns in also. Right, so Tyrannosaurus is through. That was a championship contender battle there, and Tyrannosaurus won it. Flaming saying missed half of the race. Brief, please. Chaos lap 1 can be summed up. Revster went flying. Timmer spun in like a 3-4 car shenanigan in like in turn 4. Tyrannosaurus kept the lead. As we've had another spin in front of Primus. I think that's 4. 4's struggling on his. I don't know, he just come out actually. It's just the damage he's got. Yeah, Tyrannosaurus got the lead, I believe.
Primus is in the pits.
As Primus pits. As Tyrannosaurus.
Yeah.
Ace of Ace takes the lead, but Timonique, I think, is still in the net lead because Blazer Guns has pitted.
I don't think Timonique will make it to the end on those tyres though.
I think he'll be caught before the end as well.
Yeah.
As McCracken and Tyrannosaurus are going to be close. Tyrannosaurus just gets out ahead of his teammate. And Primus is another 3 seconds back with that damage? No, more damage, so I don't know why he's that far back. So, two alphas close to one another. They're 7.5 seconds behind Timonique. And Ace has yet to pit as well in the last piece of the jigsaw.
Let's get into that stage in the race where not much is happening again.
Can Timonique get to the end? He's got another 13 laps to do. That'll be 27 on hard tyres.
From what I know, that may or may not.
Blazer Guns is catching Alco. Blaze on the faster medium tyres has started making moves now. Straight line speed he's got in that car. He's going to get the exit out the final corner. Here we go. He's going to make a move on the inside. Alco defends though. He's back across. Not making it easy for him. Just keeps the lead. Or keeps the lead, keeps the position.
Maybe he can't.
Very good defending. Very good defending from Alco. Other side's AI car gets in the way very slightly, puts Alco under a bit of pressure. Is Blazer going to dive? No, thinks better of it. Oh, gets a brilliant exit. That's the car. Oh, Alco gave him a little bit of a squeeze there, but I think Blazer's through. And Alco nearly went for a dummy move there. That would have been ambitious. But Blazer's through. Right, Tyrannosaurus has gapped his teammate McCracken.
And fast slot.
Ace has now gone 16 laps on medium tyres now. That's a big effort.
He is struggling though.
Be looking at penalties, I think, at some point as well. We'll wait till the pit stop sort of come about, but I'm sure Acer will be in the pit soon.
Yeah, he's bound to pit. He'll Because he's taking this so long, he's bound to put into soft tyres.
He's got damage as well.
Yeah.
Right end plate missing. As Tigosaurus has really caught Timonique. I think you're right. I don't think Timonique is going to carry on those sides. I think it'd be better just to pit and see where he ends up.
Yeah.
As Ace is in the pit lane now. This potentially could be an Alpha 1-2 if they keep this up, I reckon.
And, Spiral. He's got a penalty to take. But he's going into the soft tyres. Get the front line.
Sauce for 10 laps.
He should make it. Just.
Good. I think the last 2 laps might be quite difficult.
Yeah.
When does
But
he
you get
emerge?
first spot.
He's going to be behind Alco, but ahead of Orphan, who's made his way up into 8th. Good stuff from him. But I think he'll need to pit again. He's ahead of Kelsey and then Tomo. As Tigosaurus is now right up in the gearbox of Timonique. This is going to be just a matter of time, I feel.
Yep. He's might have a go down to the hairpin. Timonique's all over the road. He's going to go to the outside, Tigosaurus. Can't get it done though, but he's going to have DRS now as they come off the back
grip.
straight. Yeah, he's already right up next to him. Gets the DRS. And this should be a total. He's got no ERS though, Tigosaurus, so Timonique is still there, but he has to yield the position, and Tigosaurus moves into the lead.
Yeah, they're both going to have to start reserving ERS because, as you say, Tigosaurus is under 20%, as is Timonique. McCracken behind is up to 30, but he's already been saving.
Yeah. Who's on?
Right. Shall we check up on penalties now, see who has got who?
Well, there was
Who has
just
got
3
what, I mean?
penalties given there, like in 1 second. I can add all of them up using pen, paper, and maths. So give me.
No, if you, I think. Let me just do that myself on RaceThread. If you just go onto the name and then scroll down, because I can already see Tigosaurus has got 1.
Yeah, he's
Well,
got 1.
McCracken is going to make it a Alpha 1-2 past Timonique. Yep.
He's got penalties as well, though.
Yeah, if you just go onto Race Director and then the name and then just scroll down, that's the easiest way, I think.
I'll assume that the penalties will be 3 seconds, however, I might be wrong. So, Tigosaurus has got 1 penalty, McCracken has 2 penalties, Timonique has 1 penalty, Primus has 2 penalties, Laser Guns, oh, well, Laser Guns is a story of its own, he's got 5. Spiral had the 5-second ticket, he's got 3-second penalty. Alka Saints has got 3 seconds. Dirty Kelsey has got 2 penalties, so that'll be 6 seconds, I reckon. Overcome Orphan, 9 seconds. King Tomo, 12 seconds. Ace Ire.
Right, so this. Let's go over the front. Yeah, go over the front 5 again. Let's see, Orphan's had enough.
Oh, is he?
He drops out. It's Orphan. He dropped out the points. He's got a spin, I think, on the end of his mediums.
Yeah. So Tigosaurus has got 1 penalty. McCracken has 2 penalties. Timonique has 1 penalty, and then Laser Guns has 15 penalties. Did I miss someone there?
15?
Primus. Not 15 penalties. 15 seconds.
5.
Yeah. 6 seconds.
How many did Primus got?
He's got 2 penalties.
6 seconds. Yeah. So as it stands, these front 5 aren't really going to change. Acer Face is absolutely flying up to the back of Blazer.
Timonique
70 size is going hell for leather. Yeah, Timonique's gone for softs, and He's got no pressure getting to the end. I'm still thinking about Asa. But he's not holding back on these tyres. He's already catching Blazer as they go past 4. Had a rough race for him. Oh, dive!
Oh, huge dive.
I think that's just got Blazer damage as well, because he's got a bit of end plate.
That's why I was
Blazer. End him up on the inside.
Oh, he's gonna
lead. No.
No.
They're not. Oh, just about.
You could have spun there, Blazer. Spiral's got another penalty there, so.
No, he's not happy. He's weaving there as well. He's got double He's got double damage. It's Blazer. He's got right and left.
2021 front line.
Yeah. He's really struggling. He's going to be under pressure on Timonique behind, who's absolutely flying.
Yeah.
So what can Timonique get? How many penalties does Timonique have?
I think he had...
He's got Blazer, definitely.
He's just got the one.
He's got the
I mean,
one.
a lot of people have got Blazer. Blazer is going to lose.
Oh yeah, Blazer might come out of the points actually.
No, I don't think it's too bad. I think he's going to go down to about 7th or 8th by the end of the race, but...
I'm thinking Timonique, if he can pass Blazer, which I think he might have, and then catch Asa Facer, he'll be on for 4th place. Unless he finishes it, he's got to finish though. Yeah. I'm not calling anything yet.
I think we should talk about who we think driver of the day is going to be.
Right, position get, well, Asa Facer, it's up 10, Primus up 8. If you're going by positions gained, it's between them two.
Yeah. And Spiral didn't have a good fourth for him.
No, and obviously he was down in 15th, I think it was, 14th. Yeah. Well, it was 15th, now 14th. I'd say Asa.
Yeah.
Done some good overtakes. Oh no, actually he was slightly, perhaps a bit dodgy on his move on Blazer, but maybe that could have been a just genuine mistake. I think just the fact of cleanest race and the fact he's the next best, I'd say Primus with that, with Asa a close second. As Timonique now.
He's going to have Blazer
Timonique. Surely. Be a late move though. No, I think better of it. You got the grip, you got the time. Come out this corner. Didn't get a good exit though.
But Kelsey spun from 8.
Oh. Timonique's still not through. Can't get that grip. That initial bite of the sauce may be going, but surely this is it. Down into turn 4. Yep. Well, gets a little tap, but he's through.
Derek Kelsey's like, he's gone deep into the hairpin by the looks of it again. Don't know what's happening with him.
No front wing. Oh yeah, he's got no right end plate at all.
Oh.
Massive damage. To be in the pit, so that's him done, and
he's didn't even slow. He's out of the points, so...
Yeah, Kelsey done. Don't bring out a safety car, I swear to God. I mean, that could. That's the thing, that could. He's retired in the pit, so that could.
Well, if there was a safety car until the end of the race, people's penalties would just be hell. Because everyone would be so close together.
Like last week. Like last week in Spain.
But I mean, finishing under the safety car.
Blaze is in the pits. He's trying to get rid of that damage. No safety car yet. I don't think there is going to be one.
There isn't, there isn't.
No, there isn't. I don't think there is. I don't see it on the boards. They're not slowing down either, so... Yep. Ah, kind of disappointed.
Well, I mean, we've already had one, that's good enough.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we're all calming down. Tomo, I think, is the closest battle to catch Ace Air. There he is. 9th and 10th for the Ferraris at the moment.
I think the points at least. I'd call that a success.
See if you can make a move on Ace Air. Look at the speed he's got in the back straight, but that was always going to be optimistic if they both run wide. You'll have him on this straight after the hairpin.
There's Olaf.
Ooh, a lot of understeer though.
Yeah, Tomo ran very deep.
I just realised he's on 16 lap mediums.
Yeah.
He's struggling. Might be under pressure from his teammate, who's on the fresher tyres than Mole, because Ace Air's on 12 lap pod softs. Oof. Outside from Tomo. Gonna go for a move. Oh, he is. Oh, he is. That's a lunge. Oh, swings in just.
That could have been some front wing damage there for Acer, but good move.
I think he's just about fine. Could have turned the nose into this car, and then the back end of the car just swung out. He's into 8th. Yeah, Acer's really struggling those tyres now. They must be absolutely shot.
I don't know if he'll ever make it to the end of the race.
Right, Tigosaurus has a lap and a half to go. Does he have damage? I feel like he does.
Who's this?
Tigosaurus at the front. I think left end plate damage.
Oh, is this going to be
right,
a
is
little,
he looking at it?
A little thingy bit again?
Yeah,
he does.
It's quite a bit. Yeah.
I think his teammates will be getting there. Nice McCracken's rapid.
I think by the looks of it, I think his teammates holding station McCracken. Happy for second. It's a 1-2 for Alpha. Massive.
Spun.
Oh no. Yeah, those tyres are giving up on him. Can he hold off Orphan? Orphan's 15 seconds, so I think Acer can coast, but those tyres will be screaming.
Tigosaurus is starting his final lap now, and looks like he is going to get the win here. So, I mean, he's basically led since lap 1, except for
and
maybe...
he had that spin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that spin. He was down to 8th, I think, around about lap 10-ish. Recovered very nicely. Got himself back in. Did a very forceful but good move on Acer. Back into contention of the win, and with Timonique doing that strategy, I think the key thing was he just got out ahead of his teammate, and his teammate realised the two of the quicker as Jedi has got past Tomo. Tomo's either had an off or just let him through, but Tigosaurus just has the final chicane left to go. And I'll wait until he gets past that, because I know what these guys are like. The drama and all that, but yep, there he goes. So Tigosaurus wins the Canadian Grand Prix, his second win of the season, and it's a 1-2 for Alpha. A big haul of points, especially over Red Bull. Primus picks up his third podium of the season.
On the penalties.
In third place, Primus takes 4th. Timonique half a second behind Facer, but picks up very good points in 5th. Alco, I think, was one of the ones. I think he should have pitted under safety car, but decided to stay out. He gets 6th, does he? Yeah, Blaze has a lot of penalties.
I think Jedi David's not going to have them.
No, but 2 Ferraris going to run 8th and 9th. And I think Acer is going to get the last point. He crosses the line.
Ooh. You almost lost it there.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Acer gets 9th. And does Orphan nick 10th off of Tomo?
No way. No.
No, he doesn't.
Come on,
We'll have to wait just to make sure.
Yeah.
Well, we got there eventually.
And Reps
in the end.
Very good race.
I think he needs a break after that crash.
Yeah.
Jeez. He nearly did a Mark Webber, nearly flipped right over.
Mark would be.
That was rough. We got safety cars always in tier 4. I mean, they'll probably have a safety car now in every race from now to the end. Imagine they'll do that. Yeah, in the end, safety car kind of mixed up a little bit, but not too much. And I think overall, a good rough and ready race. I think I've described that. Very battling, but at the end of it, Digisaurus wins. Second win of the season, his first win since Bahrain. Takes the victory, leading his teammate through in second, McCracken. Third for Primus. Fourth for Ace of Ace. That keeps himself in the championship contention at least. Timony gets his best performance by far in 5th place. In the Toro Rosso, Alka Saints in 6th. Blazer Gun 7th. Jedi David in 8th. And the Ferrari of Ace in 9th. King Tomo picks up the last point. With Orphan for the last remaining finishers. Overside disconnected. And then you had Kelsey, Rebster, Timmer, unfortunately. And the new boys. Bitsy, Tom, Ecomaniac, and MC Tricks. All not finishing. And McCracken is connecting. Wonderful.
It's always good.
I should have known from the restart it wasn't going to be smooth.
Yeah. With
All
Primus
these little
here.
things.
No.
Primus is... Yeah, where's the other one? Digisaurus, there we are.
He doesn't have a mic.
Oh, why do people don't have mics when I do this? This is one of my favourite parts.
Tidgasaurus said, he said, could someone let the stream team know I can't do the podium talk because I have got no voice right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Get McCracken back in. Let's just have another attempt. Like this race. Another go. Come on. There we go. There he is. There he is. Right, so we have two. Digisaurus, as he said, doesn't have any voice. So I'll do Primus, you do McCracken.
Yep.
That sounds awkward. But okay. Right, so head to the third step of the podium for yourself, Primus. Return to the rostrum after your last podium effort was in Bahrain. So return with that. Obviously a good initial sort of start to the race. You had good qualifying, I believe. I know you didn't have good qualifying. What am I saying? 11th place.
I started P12, mate.
Yes. Sorry, what am I saying? I thought you qualified well. But no, yes, obviously you found yourself outside the top 10. Initially fresh tyres on the first start. Obviously let's put the first start out of the way. Second start, made it through. I don't know whether you were in that that chaos, I guess, the midfield mayhem. But I don't know whether you saw any of that, but we certainly did. But managed to get yourself through. Was battling with your teammate for that race as well. Was with the Salbers towards the end of the race, but perhaps them two were just a little bit too quick on this occasion. But still, you got to be happy with, as I said, return to the rostrum.
Yeah, I'm really happy to be back on the podium. It's been a good long while. I was away for I was away for sorry, I went out in China. I wasn't here for Baku, and I think I got like a P5, P6 finish back in Spain. Because obviously the Monaco didn't happen. We have to wait for a while for that. But a long time since I've been up in the podium. So back in the beginning of the race, there was a massive incident between the Williams and the Renault I saw. And for some reason, literally, I just went full on Matrix mode. So, like, my brain just basically painted a path through the cars and somehow managed to get through, no damage whatsoever. And, like, I was panicking. I was like, ah, like going through those cars. But literally, I just got through them. And I was on for a really, really good pace as well. I started on the hard compound tyres because back before the restart, I was on the Inters and I was just flying on the Inters. But I was on the hard compound, and then sort of my strategy got a bit ruined by the safety car. So I thought I'm going to have to go onto the mediums now, because if I stayed out on those hards, I would have fell back even further. So I risked it and I slapped on the medium tyres. And luckily, Tidge and McCracken did as well. And then after that, it was sort of a war of attrition between me and McCracken, and I have to say, I absolutely enjoyed that fight, and like fair play on like that undercut, because we both had wing damage. I saw him pit, and I'm like, this is my chance. I tried to open that gap, and I lost it a little bit in the chicane in the mid sector, and I was like, no, he's gonna catch me. And then just as soon as I got into the pits, they were fixing my wing, and he had already passed the final chicane. So then it was just a matter of chasing down him and Tidge. But then, like, these guys have got such unreal pace on those mediums. Like, literally, they left me. And at that point, I was just like, right, I'm not going to catch him cracking. He's too far ahead. Even though he's got 6-second penalties, I have that as well. So I was just like, I'm not catching him. And then Spiralacer Facer, he was literally gaining on me, but he had 6 seconds as well. So my main goal at that point was to finish ahead of Spiral. But, like, I'm happy to be here. I'm racing for Dad, and I'm also racing for S01, who I dedicated my race helmet to and this performance to.
Yeah, I saw that as a very nice tribute, and obviously, as you say, honour the race for both of those occasions. In terms of the championship, because you beat Acer Facer, who had a decent recovery drive himself, same as yours, which, by the way, you're getting drive of the day.
Thank you.
Yes, for that. I believe you move into third place in the championship, a point ahead of Acer Facer, behind the two Alphas. Obviously, as you said, in this race, at least, the Alphas seemed to have too much pace for this moment in time. But races coming up, obviously you've got France next week, you've got Austria, Silverstone and all that coming up. Do you think you can take it to them, maybe beat them in these next few tracks coming up?
Well, I have to give it to the Alpha Army. They are powerful. And I know for sure it is a possibility that I could win the championship, but I know for a fact that they will not make it easy for me. And I know for a fact that, like, that's the point of the championship. We're meant to be fighting for the win here, and I mean, I wasn't even expecting to be fighting in the championship when I first joined F4, and I was just hoping, get a couple of podiums, maybe even the odd win. I wasn't even imagining I'd be in this position now. And the one reason why I was really happy, mainly finishing in third place, I didn't care about getting second or first near the end of the race at that point. I knew as long as I kept third place, I'd still be near McCracken and Tidge, and yeah, I'm confident going into France, because my first ever race on F1 2019 was in France, and I remember then that was a last place to like fifth. Like, I've noticed my qualifying pace is terrible, because like I've got P12 twice. I mean, back in Monaco before the restart, when then the race getting cancelled, I qualified P12. And then I got P12 again in here. Obviously, Jay Locker couldn't attend, so that put me up in P11 instead. But I noticed my race pace is much, much better. But I know for a fact, if I can't improve my qualifying pace, McCracken and Tidge are just going to take it away. So, that's what I aim to improve. But, I have to give McCracken my utmost respect for an amazing catch-up, an amazing, undercut. yeah, the man drove perfectly. I can't fault his driving at all today.
Oh, nice of you to say. Not everyone says that, so yeah, well done. Yeah, hopefully hopefully there'll be more rostrum appearances, maybe even a win this season. But yeah, well done on your third, and yeah, good luck in France. Moving on, no shows.
Yes. So McCracken, you've had a pretty good race today. You've had some pretty good races throughout the yeah. You've had some pretty good races throughout the rest of the season as well. Would you say Canada's been one of the best?
Definitely not. I wouldn't say so. The pace was there, but I wasn't consistent enough. I picked up penalties and damaged my wing twice. Luckily, I had the pace to come back from it, but I definitely wouldn't call it my best race.
So
Just a bit hard. Even the pace in qualifying, I wanted to be right up there with Tijosaurus, and I just couldn't get the pace. But it was a good race. Don't get me wrong, it was a good race for me, but definitely not my best.
Alright, so would you say from this race you could take to the next few then to be more consistent? Just
Yeah, definitely. Because after Baku, I don't know if any of you see me in Baku, crashed quite early on. So this is me just trying to redeem myself, get myself back in that championship.
yeah.
It's not over
Well,
yet. I need to catch Tijosaurus.
Yeah. Well, I'm just looking at the championship now. If I'm right, which I'm usually not, but anyway, you're tied with Primus in the points. So, you know, the next race could.
Yep.
That the next race will decide whether you
What's
go
the next
ahead
race
of him
again?
or he
Is it
goes
France?
ahead of you. Yep,
I'm not
France.
gonna lie.
Yeah.
I know everyone says this. France is my worst track. I just can't get
don't
round
believe
it
you.
cleanly. You see me?
Don't
I
believe you.
can't get round it
Don't believe
cleanly
you.
at all.
Just
I mean, then
remember
again, I
it's not
did
the
say
blue
Canada
lines.
was a bad track for race as well.
Yeah, exactly, because in my experience, DP Roberts in my tier does it too many times. Anyone that says that it's a weak track for them, they then go on to get pole or go on to get the win. So,
Well,
okay,
I'm
I
hoping
believe you for now.
I'm jinxing myself. But it was just
If you
one
get a
of them-
podium, then I'm going to say it.
Well, that race there was a lot of luck involved. A lot of people were crashing out, and right at the start, obviously, not right at the start, but near the start, there was a safety car, and when that safety car came in, I already had wing damage and was struggling. So, very good timed. Everything kind of worked out the way I needed to. Same with the second time I damaged my wing. I knew it wasn't far off when I had to change my tyres again, and I could see Primus. I didn't know that Primus had a damaged wing at that point. So I just
did,
kinda-
yeah.
A little bit, I
Once it
think.
got ahead of me, I was just like, do you know what? I'm cool with this. I'll just save some fuel, stay behind him, grab some slipstream, and just cruise it round. And then he made a mistake, and I was like, nope, I'm taking that.
Yeah, that's what I was like, "Ah!" when I did that, and I saw you got close.
I think it was near the Wall of Champions. I think you were close to.
It was, yeah. I
Yeah,
gave the
that
Wall of
seemed
Champions a little
everyone's-
love tap.
Yep, I've done that as well. That was fun. I just got to say for Tijosaurus, he gave me something to say for him, and then my phone died. So I'm just gonna guess most of it. I remember him saying that him and the mediums worked really well, despite he spun at the chicane and he had a 3-second penalty. He was confusingly fast. He had good pace, and obviously dedicated his race as well to our favourite F2 driver that sadly passed away, like everyone else is doing, because it's one of the saddest things that's happened for a long time. But
Can
that was
I
all he
make a
did.
shout out?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'd like to make a shout out, first of all, to McCracken and Tidge, the two alphas. Blooming great drive. I can't be more happier with a better rival team, because me and Alco, we could definitely have a nice fight with these guys. I'd also like to give shout outs to my team, actually, to Brave the Container, actually, because he had rugby training, and when the restart happened, he came in time, and he basically just coached me and Alco Saints. And I have to give credit where it's due to Brave the Container and to Alco. Both really great, really good people, and it couldn't have I couldn't have asked for a better friends, rivals, and team, because McCracken and Tidge may be my rivals, but I think they're both cracking lads, and blooming great people in this league.
Cheers, mate. Beautifully said.
That's what it's all about. Well, that's what it's meant to be all about.
I'm gonna give a
Gaining
shout out to the
friends and
commentators.
rivalries.
Come on, boys, doing a hard job out there.
Yeah, to you lads as well.
You don't get paid enough.
You don't
Don't get paid enough, no.
Don't get enough iron, bro.
Oh, there's never enough iron, bro, is there?
Exactly.
Well, congratulations on your podiums, guys. Obviously, I was hoping to speak to Tigosaurus, but I'm sure he's very happy on the win. I'm sure you can speak for him, McCracken, but I'm sure he's happy of his second win of the season. Early form to begin with, by the looks of it, the two alphas, but still a long way to go. So, got to keep that up. Is that so? Yeah, no pressure. I'll just put the pressure on you now. Yeah, so that has been the Canadian Grand Prix for Tier 4. I think in terms of, like, compared to the last two, like Baku and Spain, this was actually a tame race compared to the last two, I think. Like, Baku is probably a 10, Spain a 9, Canada's probably a 6, although Rebster nearly flipping his car probably puts it to a 7. Yeah, make sure you guys see that, because that was ridiculous. But yeah, that's been that. We head to France next week for these guys. But any more words from you Charles, about that race? I think that was a pretty good one anyway.
Yeah, pretty good. I don't know what the outcome would have been if we hadn't done the restart, but it is what it is, and everyone's done a really good job. Although there was a lot of spins. That's
it's it. Yeah, that what if is just added to the list of what ifs. We will never know. We will never know. But
I ended up getting 9 clips. I don't know how, but
yeah, that has been the Canadian Grand Prix for Tier 4. As I said, next week we'll be at this track, the French Grand Prix of Circuit Paul Ricard. Hopefully, these Tier 4 drivers will provide a better race than real life. Goodness me. Any race is better than that. I'm sure they will. Let's see if they can provide the same drama as they did tonight. But in terms of Canada, we've got one more race tomorrow. That is the Tier 3 division. Same time, starting at 8 o'clock. I believe Rebster and Primus, I think, is in the box for that one. Yes. I know you are. I think it's Rebster's the other one, but we'll see who that is. Might be no shows again like the last week, but they will take you through the action for the Tier 3 stream, so if you want to see that, join that. But the first French Grand Prix will be on Sunday for Tier 2 at 8 o'clock, so make sure you join us for that, for the next chapter in that division. So for me, No Shoals, Primus, McCracken, and Digisaurus if he was here, good night, and we'll see you next time.